Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Talkin Bout Rock, sponsored by our friends School of Rock, North Buffalo. I'm Rob Edwards. Well, we had a busy week at School of Rock grand opening in North Buffalo. Just want to say thank you to all the bands who made this live music event successful. We had the local band, the Analog Kids, Bad Kitty, and the Fleetwood Mac Experience headlined the show. And I want to have a special shout out to all our special guests we had as well. Buffalo Music Hall of Famer Jesse Galante, Eddie Tice, formerly from Harvey Corky and Tice Promotions, Phil Arno from WBBZ TV, Art Pappas from WEBR Radio, and Brett Allen from WYRK for broadcasting live from the event. Also, we had WGRZ TV and WIVB Buffalo News Channel as well with coverage. And congratulations to my friend, Joe Petrevich, the owner of the first Buffalo School of Rock. Congratulations, my friend. It was an amazing event. Well, we all know rock and metal was originally said to be the devil's music. And in the early days of rock, young listeners were chastised for listening to this music. In the 80s, metal bands embraced it to draw attention to their amazing stage shows. Then came along a band that challenged that stereotype of being satanic and took Christian rock metal mainstream to the masses. They signed with Enigma Records in 1983, and they recorded 5 successful studio albums, as well as 4 live albums. And their music videos became staples on MTV in the 80s. Now they've returned with their latest release, The Final Battle. Coming up, my interview with Michael Sweet, co-founder, songwriter, guitarist, and lead singer from the Christian rock band STRYPER. Next on Talkin Bout Rock. All right, today we're speaking with Michael Sweet on the phone here from STRYPER. Hey, Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, great, man. So currently you guys have the #1 album on Amazon and iTunes, man, with the new album, The Final Battle, man. How does that feel? It's got to be great.
It really is a great feeling. I mean, usually with us, when we have a #1 on iTunes or Amazon, it seems to drop from that #1 position within the hour. So to keep that position for multiple days up against, bands like Lamb of God and Five Finger Death Punch and whatnot is pretty amazing.
Right, that's definitely great. And there's been a lot of discussion and a lot of chatter about STRYPER and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm seeing videos get made on the internet. That's excellent as well.
You know, man, when I do an interview and I'm going to honestly answer that question. And that was one that I got, and I knew it would make a little noise, and not so much always in a good way.
Right.
But, I'm just always going to be open and honest. And people either like that or they don't. But that's what you get with Michael Sweet.
Well, that's what the fans want, right? That's what the fans want to hear. They want to hear what you really feel about it. And the name STRYPER is an anagram too. It has a certain special meaning for that, right? Salvation.
It does. It obviously the left stand for salvation through redemption, peace, encouragement, and righteousness. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was great, and that's an outstanding message right there. And your music has such a great message, and I think maybe we need that more today than ever. So I kind of think that's why people are really connecting with that now. You got the new album out, and I think that's kind of maybe where there's a lot of chatter about that.
Well, we always hope that people connect with the message, because to us, that's the important part. Music is great. We love it. We enjoy it. But the message is what lives on eternally. So it's super important for us.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about writing a new album and coming up with that. Is this something that's been a work in progress for a while, I assume, right?
No. I write every album. I write it by myself in the studio, and I go, and it's a song a day. And I start writing the album right before we start recording, 2 weeks before. And then literally to the day we go in and we start recording. And that's the way I've done every album for a while now. I work really well under pressure, and I prefer to work out.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys are nailing it right out of the gate. When you drop the needle on that album or whatever, you listen to the first track on it, Transgressor, just right out of the gate, rocking hard right away. I love it. It's definitely the totally classic return to the STRYPER sound that you're expecting, and I really love the new track, Ashes to Ashes, from the album also. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, man, that's the bookend to Transgressor. Transgressor starts the album and ends the album, and they're perfect bookends, and then everything else is sandwiched in between, and it takes you on a ride, on a journey from start to finish. So we wanted to release Ashes on release day because we just felt like it brought you back full circle to where Transgressor left off. And we wanted to just show people the metal side of STRYPER and the heavy, hard edge side of STRYPER.
Yeah, I think that's amazing, and I really like the video, and I'm gonna play it real quick here. Ashes to Ashes from the new album, the Final Battle, and we'll be right back here with Michael Sweet from STRYPER on Talking Bout Rock. All right, we're back here on Talking About Rock with Michael Sweet. Just checked out the video for Ashes to Ashes. Man, like I was saying, love the new album, and all the STRYPER fans are definitely loving it too. I'm seeing posts about it all the time. You know, people just, oh, I finally got mine. I just ordered it. I see you responding to their post as well. It's great.
Absolutely, and I'm a very vocal guy on the internet. I like to keep fans in the loop, and I'm very active on all my. And what you get with it's really me. It's not a managed firm handling socials for me.
Right.
Like a lot of other artists, it's me, and I enjoy spending time with the fans and making them part of what we're doing and what I'm doing. So it means the world to me.
Yep, and they appreciate that personal touch, man. They know when they're getting a couple quick little messages, or it's they're kind of feeling that generic thing. They definitely do. And we had one of our listeners actually wrote into us and wanted to ask you a quick question. So we had William from just outside Nashville, Tennessee, and he wrote into us and he wanted to ask, in the crazy world that they think is sex, drugs, and rock and roll in the 80s, how do you manage to remain faithful to your Christian beliefs?
Man, we just do. I mean, there's no plan. We don't sit down every day and have a plan to remain faithful. We just are faithful. We know 100% who the living God is. We know who the real God is. We believe and read the word, and we trust in that. And it's just the way it is. And it's been like that from the very beginning, from the time we dedicated our lives to God and decided to dedicate this band to God. It's been like that from 1983 on.
Yep.
So we're proud believers and faithful believers. And we also, of course, try to encourage and inspire one another and account to one another, pray, read our word, and, do things that help us stay on track.
Yeah, it was definitely so inspiring. I remember the day when Yellow and Black Attack came out and everybody was talking about it. This is a Christian metal rock band. You guys were the first to do that, to kind of take the message away that the heavy metal fans had kind of grown into, and the image that metal had grown into of being dark and, the satanic things. And obviously none of those bands are really that. They're just using the imagery, to promote that. But it was so cool. You guys took a stand, and you had a message that you wanted to spread, and you used your music to do that. I think that's outstanding.
Well, you know what, man? Look, we are a band that still loves what we do, and I think we were the first to do this style, the way that we did it. You got bands like Petra, you got Res Band, and they're great bands. But then STRYPER came along, and I don't want to say we reinvented the wheel, but we took things to a whole different level. And I think we were certainly the first to do that. Now, why? It could have been any other band or group of guys for that matter, but God chose us, and we were there, and it was amazing. And we have proudly stood behind Christ. We have proudly waved the Christian flag for years to come, and I hope we have another 20 or 30 years in us to keep doing so.
Yeah. I was so sad that I missed you guys last time you were around the area. I think you played some gigs in Upper New York State, and Jim Crean's Hair Nation opened for you guys, and I really wanted to get to that show, but I couldn't. Hopefully there might be some more East Coast tour shows coming up for you guys. You got some tour dates as well that you can tell us about?
Oh yeah, we've got 4 days. We're doing the Kiss Cruise coming up. We leave this Thursday, and then we've got a couple shows sold out, and then we've got Mexico festivals. We're playing with Priest and Terra and Merciful Fate. It's really going to be great. And then we come home. I've got a local solo Christmas show that I do at the Spire Center in Plymouth. And then I finished the Sweet Lynch album, turned that in, and we start on a new Iconic album after the beginning of the year. There's so much going on, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
I spoke to Joel a while back about Iconic and all that. That stuff is great too. I love that stuff that's going on with that. That's excellent. I hope to see you guys do some live stuff with that as well.
Oh yeah, well I hope so too. It's at this point in time, somewhat doubtful because we're so busy with other projects. So
Right.
we'll see how that goes.
Right. You guys all have multiple bands and multiple projects going on now. Sometimes it's hard to keep straight. I'm sure it's hard for you too.
Really hard. I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way. We could figure something out at some point in time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm so glad you guys are back with STRYPER and things are going great with this new album, The Final Battle. You know, like I said, I hope to catch you in my area doing some tours. I just caught the Priest tour in Albany. They were outstanding. Queensryche was opening for them on that. Sounded amazing. I think you guys would be a great fit on that tour as well. I hope that comes together. And I know the Kiss Cruise is going to be a blast. Everyone I know that goes on that says it's just a great time.
Oh yeah, and I agree. I think STRYPER would be a perfect fit for and with Priest. We're probably have more of that style than any other band out there. You know, you can hear the Priest influence in our music, and I think it would be a perfect fit.
Definitely. It would be great for you guys to jump on that and get that. That sounds awesome. Well, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. Thanks for chatting with us here and to kind of keeping us up to date on what's happening. You know, we look for more stuff from you and maybe Iconic in the future and your solo stuff. We've been checking out that as well. But just great to see the new STRYPER album, you know, on the charts, even if it's briefly on Amazon and iTunes. You know, people are definitely connecting with it, and it's excellent.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate the kind words. I hope to see you soon in person.
Excellent. That would be great. All right. And if you folks out there have questions or comments for us, please feel free to email us at talkingboutrock@gmail.com. You can like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, for this interview and others, you can see the video on YouTube, but it will also be dropping to all the streaming services very soon. Michael, again, thanks for being with us, man.
Thanks, brother. God bless you. You have a great day. Okay, man?
You too, my friend. Take care.